Now that we are going to continue our boxing chat, look, all we've been talking about for the last 3 or 4 weeks is Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. I'm telling you now, for those of you that maybe, dip your toes in and out of boxing, maybe don't know boxing too much, that sells out Wembley Stadium 5 times. Immediately.
I'd booked my hotel already.
Immediately.
My hotel was booked, so I have to get a refund now.
Honestly, and look, we don't know if it's going to happen. Tyson Fury said there was a deadline, and that deadline was yesterday at 5 o'clock. Anthony Joshua didn't sign the contract, and so Tyson Fury, according to him on his social media, said the fight's off. It's not off, really. Eddie Hearn has come out and sort of countered that by saying, look, talks are still ongoing between both parties. Everyone wants the fight to happen. Financially, there's so much. Financially, there's about £100 million in the pot. Everyone's going to eat and everyone's going to enjoy themselves. I just wonder if there are too many cooks in the kitchen. Dan, again, back to you on this one. You're a big boxing fan. Is it a fight you're actually really interested in? Bear in mind that AJ has come off 2 losses.
Yeah, because I just want Fury to be able to say he's undisputed, really. That's the only person he's not beaten in it. Everyone go...
And Usyk's got the belts now, so he's got to do Usyk as well.
But he's new. He's newish, isn't he? Really, to the division,
to the heavyweight division.
Yeah. So I think when you look at it, Fury goes through and goes. He's the only one that he's not fought. He's the only one he's not beat. Everybody else, he's beaten. He's been around it. He's done it. It's not a problem.
It would be embarrassing for this era. And 2 Brits around the same age, I think a lot of people forget that as well. If they were to not fight and have called it a day in 10 years, and we look back and Fury hasn't fought Anthony Joshua, regardless of AJ's losses now, it'd be a travesty.
Thing is,
we need to see it happen.
I think Fury beats him easily.
Not easily. You're having a laugh. You're having a laugh. I think you're being...
Beats him halfway through the fight.
Oh, stop it. Come on, no chance. AJ can cause Fury some problems. Is Fury the favourite? Absolutely.
But he couldn't cause Usyk any problems.
Usyk's fantastic.
But so's Fury.
Yeah, Fury's a good boxer.
And Fury's by the way, Fury's heavier than him.
Fury's not technically on the same level as Alexander Usyk.
He's not far off it. He's not far. Come on, you watch a lot of boxing. He doesn't get hit very often, Fury.
Well, we saw about Wilder. He got put down in his arse or his backside about 4 times.
He got caught by 1 punch and he got up. That's the problem. He's got a chin.
He gets up. He does get up. But look, let's hear.
Joshua got put down by Ruiz.
He got up. Didn't win the fight, but he got up.
But look at the difference between those 2 fighters.
Look, I think it's a good fight. Look,
I think it's a fight that we want to see. I think the majority of people say Fury wins it, and I'd have to agree with that. And I think that's his legacy then sealed. Whether he fought Usyk after that and puts all the belts together, who knows? But I think, and again, I think he's right. I think he does beat Usyk because I think he's as good. Maybe you say Usyk's technically a little bit quicker.
Yeah,
but that's because he's a lot lighter. I don't think he can fight someone that's 7 inches taller, 8 inches taller, whatever he is, and 4 stone heavier. I'm not sure Usyk can hurt him. No, I'm not sure. I don't think Usyk can knock out Fury. And I think to win that fight, he would have to knock him out. Well,
that's boxing, right? And I guess that's what makes it so intriguing.
But I don't think it could happen. I don't think he can win it on points.
Yeah.
I think he'd have to knock Fury out. I think that's the problem.
Look, going back to this Fury AG talk, let's hear from Tyson Fury's promoter Frank Warren. He was also on Drive today to give us a bit of an update as to what's going on with this fight, and was asked if Tyson Fury said to him the fight is off.
That's Tyson's last words, and that's where we're at. And I've not even spoken to him today. He's very, very disappointed. So we'll see. But me, he's had enough. He set a deadline, which was from 10 days after he sent the contract. And a few people have said that it doesn't make sense. Well, it's 10 days. I mean, you get a transfer deadline for football, and sometimes there's a scramble last minute to buy players and get it over the line, and that's what should have been happening. So see where it goes, but at the moment I feel we are where we are with it.
Come on, this deadline talk's absolute nonsense. It really is. I mean, as much as Tyson Fury is the champion, and some might say he dictates the terms. I mean, you're not going to dictate to Anthony Joshua. It's not going to be that. The contracts with the lawyers, they're having a look at it. This is a fight that's worth so much money. It takes time.
But there is a point in that. It doesn't take 10 days.
Tyson Fury retired 6 months ago.
But there's a contract.
Retire 6 months ago.
But the contract's been written.
Yeah.
Takes you less than 24 hours to put red lines through it and go back and say, this is what we want.
Unfortunately, down in boxing, I wish those things happened.
And
they should. And I'm with you. They should happen.
I mean, I've seen businesses, £100 million businesses and more, be turned around in 3 or 4 days.
The complexities of this fight are incredible.
That's massive business. You know, you're talking some of those, you know, when they're going into administration, they're getting pulled out of that, and people are working round the clock 24/7, you know, 3 or 4 days straight to stop something going bust. It can be done if the will is there. I'm not sure the will is there from the Joshua camp. Does he really want that fight? Does he believe that he can beat Joshua? Does Joshua believe that he can beat Fury? I'm not convinced he does. Does his camp believe that he can beat him? And then that would be 3 losses in a row. Then where does he go? If he loses 3 times in a row, he's fighting Daniel Dubois next or something like that.
It's a big problem. If you lose 3 times in a row, though, in Tyson Fury's case, argue the best heavyweight of this generation, I don't think that's a problem. I don't think that's a problem. In before that, Usyk, the best cruiserweight we've probably ever seen. I don't think that's a problem.
I think it does. After losing to Ruiz as well, within that, I think people start going, does he still put bums on seats? I think he'd have to drop very, very. If
you're in Team AJ, if you're Team AJ
when
right
he
now,
if he lost to Fury,
yeah,
I then think he needs a couple of almost
gimmies.
Yeah. And that's not going to put
and
bums on. That's not putting bums on seats.
Those aren't stadium fights.
No.
If you're Team AJ right now, and you want to sort of be back at the top table, i.e. in world title fights, do you take the Tyson Fury fight? Tyson Fury calls you up and says, "Let's do it." Do you do it?
If he believes he can win, yeah.
So if you're his manager,
if you believe he can win, I think if you think he's going to get beat, no, because what he will do now, and again, you know boxing better than I do, but he will have a next fight that will be bang average opponent. He'll win that one. He'll have a fight after that he'll be very, very winnable. Be a ridiculous shock if he loses it. Oh, suddenly Joshua, he's won 2 fights, like he's knocked someone out. Oh, now he can go back to the next level. He's got a bit of confidence back. Yeah. 3 in a row, 3 big defeats in a row says you're not at a top table. It's
a big decision for Anthony Joshua. It really is. Again, you've got Tyson Fury, someone that you've wanted to fight for the best part of sort of 2-3 years. He's got a world title.
It wouldn't be definitive, but it would almost be like you lose to Fury, you're done.
No way.
No, I said it's not definitive, but almost.
I mean, look at Wilder's lost to him 3. Wilder has arguably lost to him 3 times, and people are desperate to see Wilder back in the ring.
But I think
Wilder's been stopped. He's been stopped twice by Fury, and people are now desperate to see Wilder versus Joe Joyce. There are so many options for you.
I'm not desperate to see Wilder fight.
No,
he's a great boxer.
He's not a great boxer, but he puts bums on seats.
Well, so if Joshua loses, the next 2 fights after that, he doesn't put any bums on seats.
He always will.
So it's whether you go now, take the payday, or whether you go, you know what, I'll have 2 easy fights, and then I'll probably get 2 or 3 big fights after that. Whereas if you lose this one, you maybe don't get those 2 or 3 fights. Yeah,
if I'm Team AJ, I'll ask you the question to answer it myself. If I'm Team AJ, I don't take the Tyson Fury fight.
Because you think you lose?
Just because I don't think, coming off back-to-back defeats, mentally I don't know where AJ is either, if I'm honest with you. And I feel like I want him to have more time with his new trainer, Robert Garcia. And I don't think you go into a behemoth like Tyson Fury fight without having a win under your belt. I think you need your confidence back. And I almost feel like you have a couple, not easy fights, because AJ doesn't have easy fights.
I understand,
but you have fights that are winnable fights.
But it's the redemption fight, isn't it?
That's what it is.
He won't get another shot at it.
No.
When will AJ get a shot at the world title? Bearing in mind, how old is he?
You know why AJ might get a shot at a world title? As a voluntary, because so much money. You fight AJ, you know it's going to be big money. And that's why everyone will call him out to fight.